My dear friends, welcome to Rajashekhar classes on Applied Data Science with Python. This is lecture number 135. In this lecture, we will try to understand sampling distribution of sample proportions. Before understanding this lecture, I request you to go through lecture number 132, in which I discussed about this particular diagram. What it says, there are three types of sampling distributions. First one is sampling distribution of sample mean. We already completed this, isn't it? We completed. Now, second one is sampling distribution of sample proportion. In this lecture we will discuss. In this lecture we will discuss this particular topic. Sampling distribution of sample variance I will discuss in next lecture. In my next lecture, that is in lecture number 136, I will discuss about sampling distribution of sample variance. Just if you let me recall what we discussed in my previous lecture. How many cases? There are three cases. Here, let me recall this first case we already discussed. Let me recall it. What's happening here? Suppose I have a population of this type where I have samples. Let me say S1, S2, so on. Let me say I have Sn samples from this particular population. For each sample, I can calculate sample mean. X1 bar is sample mean of my first sample. X2 bar is sample mean of my second sample. Xn bar is sample mean of my nth sample. For each sample, I can find out the mean, isn't it? What I did, first I collected samples. In second step, I calculated mean of each sample. Now plot the sample mean. If you plot this sample mean, that will follow normal distribution. This type of distribution you will get. That's what I discussed in my previous lectures. That's what central limit theorem says. This sample mean mu of x bar equal to mu and your sample standard deviation sigma of x equal to sigma by root n. This I already discussed. This is first type of sampling distribution, that is sampling distribution of sample mean, isn't it? Now we will try to understand our second type, what it is, sampling distribution of sampling proportions. Let me say again, let me say I have a population. This is my population, from which what am I doing here? I am taking first sample. Here my population, suppose if I take discrete variable, let me say this x is following discrete, this x is discrete variable, isn't it? From this particular population I am collecting samples. What is my samples? Let me say this is S1, this is S2, this is so on Sn. There are n sample. Now what is my x? Suppose if I take a discrete variable or categorical variable. Let me say discrete or categorical variable. Categorical variable in the sense, how can I say? So it can have only two values. Two values means x may take a positive. Two values means that may be positive or negative. Two values, isn't it? Or I can say that may be good or bad. That is a category here, good or bad, isn't it? Suppose in this sample, I have a population from which I am collecting samples. Out of sample 1, S1 is sample 1, how many good products are there? That is my question. Out of sample 1, S1, how many? Let me say your population is having categorical data. Categorical data means, let me say good or bad. Let me say like this. out of sample 1, that is S1, how many good products are there? What is the proportion of good products? That's my question. Let me say that is P1. Out of sample 2, how many good products are there? I need proportion of good products in sample 2. Again, if I take sample n, how many good products are there? That is Pn, isn't it? P1, P2, P3, so on Pn. If I plot this P1, P2, I must plot P1, P2, P3. Directly I cannot plot, isn't it? What I have to do? I have to construct a frequency distribution. I know how to construct frequency distribution for these proportions which are collected from n samples. I will get another distribution, that is the sampling distribution of proportions. But in case 1, we were getting sampling distribution of sample, means here what I am collecting, sampling distribution of sample proportions. In this lecture, what we are going to do this, we are going to take some samples from the population. For each sample, we are going to take proportion. Proportion means how many good how many good products are there, how many positive products are there. That is proportion. Here in this context, proportion means here probability. I can say it's a probability. So I will get probabilities for proportion. P1 is a proportion in sample 1, P2 is a proportion in sample 2, P3 is a proportion in sample 3, so on. Pn is proportion or probability in sample n. For this proportions, certainly I can plot, I can construct a frequency distribution. Once if I construct frequency distribution, what type of distribution will I get? Certainly it will follow normal distribution. If I take samples, if I calculate proportions in each sample, and if I plot, I will get normal distribution. Today we will discuss about this particular topic, that is as we are saying in next lecture, if I collect, instead of proportion, if I collect variance from each sample and if I plot it, I will get a distribution known as chi-square distribution. In first 2 cases we were getting normal distribution. This is chi-square distribution. This anyway I will discuss in my next lecture, that is in lecture number 136, isn't it? Now, capital P. What is capital P? You must understand. Once if I say capital P, you must understand population proportion or population probability. Capital P is a proportion of the population having some characteristic. Now, in similar manner, there is something like P hat or P cap. I can say P hat, sample proportion. This is known as P hat. I can say it provides an estimate of capital P, that is population proportion. Here you must understand these 2 notations. We have 2 parameters here. This is related to, capital P is related to population proportion, and small p cap is related to sample proportion. That you must, both are the proportions. Capital P is related to population proportion, whereas small p hat represents sample proportion, isn't it? As we I can, how can I say this capital P cap, small p cap in the sense sample proportion can be defined as it represents sample. It always represents sample. Therefore, number of items in the sample, just see, number of items in the sample having the characteristic of interest. That characteristics of interest depends on the problem. It is number of items in the sample having the characteristics of interest by sample size. Anyway, we will discuss problems so that you can understand these things. This always, what is my P hat or P cap? that is related to sample proportion or sample probability. As we know that probability is always lies in between 0 and 1, your sample proportion also lies in between 0 and 1, and we will try to understand these things with the help of simple problem. It is simple and straightforward language. You can understand, you can read and understand. Let me proceed further. Just see this one. This is sampling distribution of p cap. How can I say this? From the population, we will take sampling proportion. That's what I discussed. If you have population, you can take, I will repeat, from the population we will take sampling proportion. If we plot sampling proportion, that will follow normal distribution. I already discussed, as it is important, I am repeating. So what will happen? This picture shows, just see this picture. This is the picture. This is sampling distribution of proportions. If you speak strictly, what is this? On x-axis, I am constructing frequency distribution, isn't it? This is small p cap. This is not capital P cap. This is small p cap. Probability of p cap means sample proportional probability. Here, if you construct this graph, if you construct this graph of what? Of graph of sampling proportions, you will get normal distribution curve. That's what it says. What will happen? This picture shows different samples are taken from the population. From each sample, we are taking different samples from the population. From each sample, we will find out the sampling proportion. Yes, sampling proportion. If you plot the sampling proportion, that will follow normal distribution. When we know that is following normal distribution, it has got two parameters. What are those parameters? Mean and variance. I can say this one, capital P, is my proportion probability. E means expected value. Small p hat means this is sample proportion. Therefore, E of first expected value of your sample proportion equal to population proportion. The another parameter, sigma square of p cap. Sigma square means what? One is mean and another one is variance. This p cap mean. P cap is what? Sample proportion. E means first expectation mean and variance. I have two parameters, mean and variance, isn't it? That the normal distribution means it has two parameters. If you calculate mean of your sample proportion, it is nothing but capital P. That is population proportion. If you calculate sigma square of your p cap means what? Your sample proportion variance is p into 1 minus p by n. Otherwise, I can say p into q by n. Why? Because your capital Q indicates 1 minus p. It is simple problem, simple concept. This is Z value for proportions. What is Z value? Here your capital P cap indicates sample proportion, capital P indicates your population proportion, sigma P cap indicates sample proportions standard deviation. That is essentially P cap minus capital P by, we already shown this one, sigma value is under root of pq by n, that is p into 1 minus p by n. This is simple relation. We will try to make use those relations. Just we will try to understand this one simple with the help of one simple example. What it says, just read it. If the true proportions of voters who support proposition capital A is capital P equal to 0.4, isn't it? This you must understand. This is capital P, means proportion, population proportion. What is the probability that sample of size 200? What is my sample size? 200. Yield sample proportion between, I need probability between 0.40 less than, what is he asking? Sample proportion. Sample proportion means small p cap in between 0.40 and 0.45. I need this probability, isn't it? How can I calculate? It's simple and straightforward. Just we are writing what's the given your capital P is 0.4. Just see this one, and n is 200, therefore sample size 200. What I need, I need probability, sample proportional probability between 0.40 and 0.45. This I have to calculate. How can I calculate? It is simple and straightforward. Just we know how to first. Just I am writing parameters, capital P equal to 0.4, small n equal to 200. I need sample proportional probability in between 0.40 and 0.45. We already discussed this formula. Sigma P cap equal to under root of P. What is my P value? 0.4. 1 minus P means 1 minus 0.4 by n is sample size. Just we are getting standard deviation of sample proportion. Now I must find probability of sample proportion in between 0.40 and 0.45. I cannot find this one. I must convert it into standard normal distribution so that I can make you standard Z table. By using that table, you will get an area under that normal curve that will give the probability. Just it's simple and straightforward. We have a formula. What it says, formula 0.40. How can I convert this? This can be converted into standard normal variable. How can I convert that one? Small p minus, I can say like this, small p cap minus capital P by sigma p. What is this? This is my Z value. I must convert into standard normal distribution. Therefore, what is my small p value here? 0.40 minus what is my capital P value here? My capital P is 0.4. This is 0.4 by what is my standard deviation? We calculated standard deviation as 0.03464. 0.4 minus 0.4 means I will get 0. Therefore, this 0.40 is converted into 0 in standard normal distribution. In similar manner, I must convert 0.45. How can I convert? Formula says sample proportion probability minus population proportion by I need not say probability. If I say proportion, that is probability only. Small p cap. What is my small small p cap means 0.45. That has to be converted minus capital P, that is given 0.4 by what is my sigma P? We already calculated 0.3464. If I calculate, if I simplify, I will get 1.44 I will get. Now, this is standard normal distribution. We know how to find, how to see standard normal distribution table. I have shown in my previous lectures. There is a table. Just go to the table, and if you go to the table, just see this is this one is sample proportion in between 0.40 and 0.45. If I convert, this is converted into in between 0 to 1.44. Just go to standard normal table, find the value corresponding to 1.44. You will get 0.4251. This will give the area under the standard normal curve. That area indicates probability. Therefore, what is my probability? Probability of sample proportion in between 0.40 and 0.45 is 0.4251. Otherwise, 42.51% people is in between 0.40 and 0.45. Isn't it? It's simple thing. Just go through this lecture. If you have any difficulty, just keep a comment so that we will try to understand. Thank you very much.